What's up, friends? This is Manni, and this is the bane of war robots. And single-handedly the reason why test server play really sucks these days, because everybody has access to this ultimate Shocktrain that can do zip, 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 and kill you even if you're not the target. But in this video, I'm gonna show you how to actually shine with the weapon based off skill. Because with Shield Break, for example, one-tapping the Haichi there, ultimate version on the test server, together with the buddy around the corner, let me show you a well-played ultimate Shocktrain match, okay? Or two of them rather, once with the ultimate Griffin, and then afterwards with the Pulga Zari. Okay, I saw a couple of people running it on the Spectre, which is also hilarious. I really like the new ultimate Griffin though, because yeah, it has a shorter jump cooldown. You can really use that mobility a lot. And while you're not stealth or invincible, you do have some resistance and you're getting a damage boost. So it is definitely an interesting playstyle with the ultimate Shocktrain. And in this test server here, we had a really strong enemy team, all running around with heavy resistances and invincibilities. So the Shocktrain actually, to my surprise, didn't really like one-tap everything. And I had to actually play it really well in order to make it work. Now, on the live server, this of course looks different because everybody is running normal live server stuff. And if you did have a full ultimate Shocktrain build there, you can just one-tap everything and ruin the gameplay for everybody on the map. And typically this is also what happens on the test server, but this enemy team right there was pretty good, and I actually needed this setup to be able to compensate for what they did with my team, right? So this ended up being an extremely interesting round despite the use of ultimate Shocktrain, and one of those rare moments where it wasn't just breaking the game but really just almost balancing it in this regard. Alright, so let's go and enjoy a really well played ultimate weapon platform in a team or with my team that kind of really needs to have it. I'm seeing the some jock robot or whatever the name is, and he's invincible right now for all this time, and I'm waiting for him to pop out of his phase shift that goes on for a really long time, and then hit him with single alternating shots, which I did. I may have not gotten the kill, but I definitely dropped him to low HP. And we have a Raptor jumping in, also a robot that is extremely dominant on the live server. Right now, the Sumjock, the Raptor, the, what's it called, this Shenlu, you know, those robots, they really just freaking dominate. But, again, timing things well, coming in the right time, and holding the right side of this map here, most of the time myself, is definitely a, yeah. Oh, and by the way, if you were wondering why we're not capturing any beacons, I don't know why. It seems like there was a bug on the test server, yeah, bats! Double kill. Where somehow beacons couldn't be captured, but this turns out to be a good thing if you're trying to test something on the test server, because it means the match goes for the full 10-minute duration, or until the last robot gets destroyed, and so it ended up being a really good thing for the test server, if you ask me, to not be able to capture beacons. I'm seeing I'm getting attacked, and two people are moving in to attack and get rid of me, because I've probably killed them a bunch of times already. So they understand they want to get rid of that Shocktrain build. So they're coming in, but I'm playing defensively, I'm playing careful, I'm trying to hold this side of the map by myself, and excuse me if you still hear these Discord sounds in between sometimes. I was in Discord, and this is weird. The Condor upon landing, I timed it so that when he comes out of his ability, I should be able to drop him to last stand at the very least, but somehow the shot has not counted at all. Like, it almost seemed like the Shocktrain fired past the enemy. But yeah, one thing I definitely want to note here is that this setup here, this Shocktrain build really is, or not specifically this, but any Shocktrain build on the test server, and the fact that it's available for everybody is really a problem for testing environments. If you're trying to test I think it's called Sumjock, right? Hopefully I'm not butchering the name too much, but you know, this new robot that is trying to be that you want to maybe test, and then this thing turns out not to have too much HP. Again, Condor didn't take a hit. I don't know what's going on there. And here comes my mistake. Oh, I'm giving away my robot for free now. I activate Shield Break and zoom. Oh, but there was a little wall in between. and I didn't think of this wall, and so yeah. But if you're trying to test some robots or new content on the test server, but everybody can run Ultimate Shocktrain, it almost completely prevents testing altogether. So in this spirit, I wonder if maybe Pixonic should consider not adding these weapons to the test server, or yeah, I think this would probably be a better testing environment. I've seen many comments like this where people also agreed that this kind of ruins the test server and makes it impossible to test new things. So definitely something to think about for Pixonic, maybe to no longer have Ultimate Shocktrain cloud the gameplay. And by the way, also interesting that I keep getting hit by Ultimate Shocktrains despite holding up the physical shield from the Bulgazari. I'm not sure why this is happening. It shouldn't. The Shocktrain doesn't have splash damage, so it should be blocked by the Bulgazari shield, but it doesn't do that somehow. And by the way, do you notice the speed on the Bersagliere? Sorry, no, the Bagliore. No, Bersagliere, yeah. It's weird. It's like we're moving. It almost feels like standing still. What is this guy doing? He's like, okay, he had some pretty nasty lag. Jumping up here. Shooting this guy. The new weapons, Kirin that we're using, it has somehow it has some crazy splash damage. Even though we're not technically hitting the enemy, but we're somehow still hitting him. And I haven't quite understood why this, how this splash works. So I'm teleporting into their base now, and from the side here, I'm eliminating this Dux robot. And this is a shotgun, but you saw how much damage we just did to him. So it seems like despite being a shotgun, having some kind of splash allows it to hit extremely hard, even at medium range. But this also kind of transitions into an upcoming video I want to show you sometime soon, maybe it's already out, where like the biggest nightmare, absolute nightmare fuel, is gonna be the Shenlu with these new weapons. I'm gonna show you some montage soon, or maybe it's already out, not sure. Check on the channel, where I'm running the Shenlu with these weapons on the test server, and it's the other thing that really ruins the gameplay. I just want to show it to you in a video, what a nightmare this is gonna be once this hits the live server, seriously. But yeah, let's hop into one more match with the Ultimate Shocktrain, where I also had to play well in order to make a difference. I'm starting with the what's it called? Haichino Bulgazari. There we go. Something with B. I had the B on my lips and I just couldn't quite get it. All right, we're here blocking damage with the shield if there is any, but nothing seems to be happening. So, hold on. Okay, so a couple of rockets hit us, but thankfully not too much. And now I know where the enemy with his rockets came from, and I want to take revenge. Coming around the corner here. Somehow it seems like I only hit him though with one Shocktrain shot. But there is the Crisis robot, and it takes a long time for the Crisis nowadays to get back in stealth. Have you seen this too, or noticed how long the Crisis now takes until he can reactivate that stealth? By the way, I saw the Bagliore here activating his jump beacon and throwing it over here. And I'm waiting for the Shocktrain to load all the way, so I hit massively hard. Thankfully for him, I guess, he did not get one-shotted by it, was able to fire one more time, getting back in cover. I don't know, I don't seem to be blocking a lot of damage with my shield. Obviously, I'm not going to block rockets with it, but the other dude just came with the Screamer and Howler, and I always feel like I'm getting hit, even though I'm holding up the shield somehow. Oh, I just took a Shocktrain chain hit, and I'm holding up the shield to block it again, and it got through. So yeah, I don't know, on the test server at least, it seems like the shield on this robot didn't work very well. I took down the Shocktrain setup first. As you saw, I double dashed, made sure I take it out of the battlefield, because it's too annoying and too dangerous to let live. Those Shocktrains really do a number on you. And so I sniped this one out of the game immediately, as soon as I got the chance. There's few robots that can do it better than the Bulgazari with his double dash, especially in the ultimate form, how we're seeing him here, where you see in the top right how fast the robot regenerates the dashes, right? The Bulgazari is really a powerful a robot, especially with the mobility now being so good with the high dash speed. Also something that I personally think the regular Bulgazari should have too. Why is this something that's locked behind the paywall of an ultimate item? To have a decent mobility to the point where this is literally what the robot's supposed to do, right? This dashing, this is supposed to make him good or special. Yet this dash cooldown is so long on the regular Bulgazari that you can almost not use this or count this as his primary ability because you're just not having it often enough to make it that primary or that useful. Dashing away here, long dash, attack, hit hard, just getting back into my teammates, into my base, because otherwise I would have surely been dead over there if I hadn't made this move. Again, making sure I'm using my skills to the best of my abilities. And also my intuition. Remember what I said, aiming is always something useful in shooters, but aiming is basically being done for you here in this game, at least to a certain part with the auto aim. You do have to aim manually at the enemy, but the accurate aiming is done automatically here. So really what's left for you to use your skills is, you know, timing of abilities there. Intuition, knowing where to be when to be where, when not to be where, you know, to prevent unnecessary deaths, and of course movement, you know, making sure not to get stuck on things and moving in useful ways. But this is about it when it comes to skills in War Robots. Of course, playing with friends, there's some co-op skills that come into play as well, like aligning abilities, playing well together with other players. Yeah, but I can't kind of also count this into the intuition part, map awareness, you know, this is all one thing. Alright, there's a Dux robot, tremendous shielding, nobody wants to shoot it, so I'm making the beginning here, dropping the shield, doing some damage, and now my teammates can make use of it and drop him, very nice. We're on power plant. Actually, hold on, this is Springfield, sorry. Springfield. They could have also named this like the dam or something, because there's a big dam. Is it? Do you even call this dam? Yeah, I think you do, right? That's holding back the water there. All right. Ooh, wow. Look, the Condor spawned in. I immediately hit it with the amount of damage that should have killed it, but instead of getting killed, it just, you know, gets all its health back. Sure thing, Condor. Also a really, really strong robot still. Oh, I was at like 512 meters. Are you kidding me? Because of 12 meters, my shot didn't hit him. All right, nonetheless, we're just regenerating, coming in, and boots! This time it hit. And the Condor goes away. And yeah, so tell me what your experience is on the test server. Has the ultimate version of Shocktrain also made or ruined your gameplay and your testing experience as much as mine recently when I was trying to test the new robot, for example? In this video, at least, I was able to give you some gameplay where the ultimate Shocktrain, excluding the last match here, but the other two in before, where I feel like I had to play really well in order to make it work. But yeah, tell me what you think about the ultimate Shocktrain. And yeah, see you in the next video. Manni signing off. Bye-bye.